every single one of you had an amazing Christmas, and the new year is finally here, guys, and the college football season is coming to an end. With that, I know a lot of people probably jumped into playing EA College Football 25 over the holiday season, and some of you probably started thinking ahead and having a wish list for EA College Football 26. So in today's video, guys, I'm giving you my top 10 things I wish for to be implemented into EA College Football 26, which is going to take one of the best sports games I've played in a long time to hopefully even bigger heights. So the first thing I would like, and I think everybody knows this, and everybody that's played the EA College Football in the past, or NCAA 14 and 13, would like to see high school and Road to Glory. I think that's a staple that a lot of people were missing in Road to Glory. And at first, you know, last year I was one of them. I'm like, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Yes, would I like to see it? Absolutely, but it's not gonna be make or break. But honestly, guys, I have not touched Road to Glory as much as I thought I would. And I think not having high school has got a large part to do with it. So I hope they can actually implement that into this game. I think that would be really cool. I know there's another team developing a game called Varsity Football, which is going to have like almost every high school in the country. The gameplay doesn't look nearly as good, but if they're working on that, I think EA Sports has the money in the budget to also kind of, you know, expand. I'm not saying we need a robust high school system, but maybe something that's still a little bit of an upgrade from what we used to see in NCAA 13 and 14 as well. The next one is another staple from the old game, specifically NCAA 13, that I remember playing it, guys, and that was the Heisman Challenge. That was where you would play through the story of another guy that won the Heisman in the past. I thought that was a very cool offline gameplay thing that you could do if, you know, you didn't want to get in there and just grind the moments in Ultimate Team, which, I mean, that's another thing that can be expanded. We can maybe talk about that later, but that's one area that I thought was a really cool game mode that you know, if they have time, hopefully they can bring it back. I'm sure they're going to do that at some point down the road. Probably not something they're going to do right away, so I wouldn't expect it for EA College Football 26, but again, this is a wish list, so I hope they can maybe bring it in. Number 3, guys, is a gameplay thing. Yeah, I know the gameplay, there's a lot of complaints about gameplay, and I mean, I'm not here to dig on like, oh, this little thing was this, little thing was this. Guys, it's a hell of a lot better gameplay than Madden. I love it personally. It's a little bit faster, it's a little bit more up to speed. Madden this year seemed a little bit clunkier. I don't know, I just can't make the throws in Madden. Maybe I just suck at the game, but I thought the gameplay in this game was a little bit better. One thing I do have a complaint about is the wear and tear system. A guy will get hit one time and then all of a sudden he's got like -8 speed, negative this, and I'm like, it's just a little weird the way they set up the wear and tear system. I love the wear and tear system. I love the idea of it. Like, hey, maybe you should think about benching this guy, or hey, like, you want to heavily tape this dude's ankle. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, you get those decisions, but it just needs minor tweaks. It's not a broken system. I like the concept of it. I just think, like I said, it just needs a little bit of tweaks. It's just going to be perfected, and then it's going to be really, really cool and give the decision to the coaches, aka the player or the guy doing the Dynasty mode. Number 4 is another offline gameplay mode that I think would just make it kind of fun. I mean, I'm sure they're going to implement it in some form of Ultimate Team, maybe too, like a little, you know, challenge of the week or whatever. Like, you're allowed to do certain weird challenges, but it's a mascot mode. I used to love mascot mode. I know my buddy Trev Dog, big shout out. He's a big mascot guy. He can name like all the freaking mascots in college football, which is insane because there's actually a ton of them. And I think the mascot challenge is something that, again, offline, or maybe even make it a head-to-head online thing. Like, if you want to play, like, instead of just playing with teams, you can play with mascots. That would be cool. And, you know, all the teams are equal. Like, all you're doing is freaking basically playing with mascots and just see who can call the best plays. And every team is literally even. I don't know if that would be something fun, but I used to have enjoyment with that. I know it was a more offline thing again, and I mean, it's probably not a super urgent thing that they have to do, but a thing, again, it's something that could spice up the game just a little bit. 5 is another gameplay improvement that I would like to see, and that's to be able to boost assistants. As a Dynasty guy, you know, maybe you could be able to control what your assistants can focus on, right? If you want an offensive coordinator, yeah, he comes in with these already made things that he learned from his past regime or past life or whatever. But like, hey, this year, you know, if you're gonna be a recruiting, you know, offensive coordinator, focus a little bit more on the quarterbacks, or hey, we need a line, so maybe you can boost a little bit of those points. You know, I hate that, you know, their progression is like auto made. I mean, I don't mind that because I probably do a lot. I actually do a lot of auto stuff, but if the players want to adjust certain things for their coaches, I know when I go in my coach and I adjust, it's all like offensive, it's either quarterbacks, and then, you know, depending where our weaknesses are on defense, that's where I kind of struggle. So it's usually quarterback, offensive line, and defensive line is where I put a lot of my points on, because I think if I get those 3 positions, you know, set, I think my teams are pretty good. But that's how I do my dynasties, and if you could, you know, boost that a little bit more by helping boost your assistants, I think that would be kind of cool. Next, along with, you know, being able to boost assistants, I wish you could customize your coach. The coaching customization options are very lackluster. I wish you can go in there, adjust them a little bit, you know, make him a swaggy. There's a lot of cool swag coaches. Look at Marcus Freeman. He is an attractive looking man. I'm just saying.
Pause.
Hey, do with that information what you will. Dude knows how to dress, and I would love to swag out my coach when he's, you know, doing his thing. So that's just an idea. I thought, you know, there's a lot of capabilities within the road to glory, so maybe just having a few more options for the coaches, I think that would be kind of cool, just to spice it up a little bit and, you know, have more, you know, more of a feel and more of a buy-in with your coaches, because I feel like every coach looks very generically the same. The team feel is there. You're not really attached to the persona that you made as the coach. So that's one thing I think would help a lot in that aspect. Next is having some sort of NIL incorporated into the game. I know it's kind of tangibly in the game right now, but it's nothing like they said it would be. They said the NIL and player likeness, image and likeness is going to be part of it. It's part of the recruiting aspect, but there's not really like a collective amount of money that you can go and then disperse to the team. I think that if you want to have that option, like you can have a lot of different options in your dynasty. I think that would be really cool. Like if you're a small school and you have a certain amount for a collective and there's a price number on this guy, quarterback, and you're like, dude, I would do just fine if I just had a really good quarterback, and you want to spend all your money on one dude. I think that would be dope. I think that'd be cool. I mean, it's not the smartest thing to do, go on and spend all your money on one guy and then have the rest of him on scholarships basically. But I think that's one thing that EA Sports is kind of maybe hesitating on a little bit, because like I said, the landscape of NIL is so big and so wild right now. I think EA Sports can't implement a specific change that's not going to have to probably change in the years to come. Number 8, guys, is I think they should fix the Heisman consideration in Dynasty mode. I just think it's a little weird. It's very skewed to quarterbacks, obviously, like it is in real life. But when I was playing with defensive players, I didn't feel like there was ever going to be a slim chance that I could get in the Heisman consideration. I never won. But let me know down in the comments if you guys won a Heisman with a defensive player, because I didn't even scratch the surface with those guys. So maybe I'm just trash at the game, but I feel like I grinded out. I got a lot of good stats on defense with the linebacker, and I didn't even get close to it. So I think the Heisman consideration is a little weird. It's sometimes a lot of yards, and you guys jump in there when you don't see them. Like within a 2 to 3 week window, this guy will go from not even being considered in the top 5 to like winning it all outright, which I think it's really weird. And take this year into account, like, right? Travis Hunter won because he plays both ways of the football. Did he have the absolute best stats on offense? No. Did he have the absolute best stats on defense? No. And Ashton Ginty absolutely dominated at his position. And who was the best player? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not here to debate that. I think they're both amazing, but that's one thing that I feel like in the game is a little weird as well. I feel like it's always going to a quarterback or maybe even a receiver, but rarely did I ever see like the sim have a running back win it or have like any other position outside of quarterback, and sometimes a receiver. Next is another gameplay thing that I thought was a little weird in the road to glory, and that was a player progression. Look at Jeremiah Smith. This year, guys, this kid is probably the best, and I'm saying he is the best, but some of you might disagree, so I'm saying he's probably one of the best receivers in all of the country. Him and Ryan Williams are like right there. These dudes are going to be sophomores next year. They're absolute freaking dogs. This kid's has to be one of the top rated receivers in next year's game. And you can't do that in Road to Glory. Even if you come in as, you know, the elite prospect, you come in, you grind out the practices, the player progression is not there. I think if you're an elite prospect and you come in and you work hard and you go do all the practices, you attend all the practices, you work up the ladder, I think there should be an area where you can improve your overall to be like a 90 overall, 95 by sophomore year. And that's just not very likely in today's game. I mean, I know there was that glitch to make everybody a 99 earlier on in the year, and then they fixed it. And then I felt like when even as hard as I could, I got the best stats, practiced every single time, did everything I could as quick as I could. The best I could do is get a guy to like a 96 by a senior year. I could not even get my guys to a 99. It's not as easy as it looks. I think there should be a pathway there for the guys that come in as an elite prospect. Maybe that is helped by, you know, the high school Road to Glory experience. Maybe there's a tie-in there that they can fix, and maybe they kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But again, wishful thinking. Don't know if that's something that's going to get fixed. I know a lot of people struggled with that, and as well as, you know, putting stuff into like health and stuff. Do you even need those? It was a little confusing for that aspect as well. So player progression in Road to Glory is one thing that I can, again, concept amazing. It's been there in the past. It looks even better now. Again, just minor tweaks that I think will make the gameplay a lot smoother. And before I give you my final thing that I want on this wish list, guys, I just want to thank you all for this amazing year of my YouTube journey, guys. We grew from like 200 subscribers to over 3,700 now. And my next goal is to reach 5,000 subscribers, guys, and we're getting very close. So if we reach 5,000 subscribers before the game drops, guys, I am going to be giving away a copy of the next version of the game of EA College Football 26. We had 2 lucky winners when I did this giveaway about 7-8 months ago, right before the game dropped. And I'm really excited to do this if we can reach 5,000 subscribers. And then the next goal being 10,000. If we reach 10,000 before the next game drops, guys, I am giving away 2 or 3 copies. I don't know. It's gonna be wild if we do. All you have to do, guys, is simply be subscribed to the channel and comment on a lot of my videos, and I'll notice you guys, and hopefully one day one of you lucky subscribers will win a copy of EA College Football 26 when we reach 5,000 subscribers. And the final thing that I want change in EA College Football 25 is, a lot of you are gonna fucking hate it. You probably didn't even want to wait for this, but consistent Ultimate Team content. I found myself going to try to dangle with Ultimate Team content, and there was not a lot of content to do offline. It's literally like you either pay to have a really good team and just go head to head with other dudes, because grinding the seasons would take a long time, and there was not like a quick like moments or challenges that I could grind out that would get me decent cards or decent players. That's one thing that I kind of wish for. I mean, look at MLB The Show, hopefully one day this grows to having a ton of legends, because I think college football is just getting started. I think we're getting in the golden era of college football with all these playoffs, as Joel Klatt said. I think this is amazing for the game. I think a lot of younger people are going to start jumping into this. I think the game is only going to help. So guys, I think this is huge. I think Ultimate Team could do a really good job, get a ton of legends, get a lot of cards, just like MLB The Show does, and just have a progression like they do, because they have the best Ultimate Team mode, and they call it Diamond Dynasty. I think that's the best, and I think they should take a card from their playbook and just implement it a little bit more in the college football realm, because I think that would take the game to the absolute next level. And I know their focus early on was Dynasty and Road to Glory, and I think those still should be the focus for these next games. But I think after a while, I think a couple years from now, we're going to start seeing the shift over to Ultimate Team. But for now, the game is amazing. I hope everybody had a wonderful year. And if you guys have not checked out any of my rebuilds or my imperialism videos, guys, check out this video next. And remember, boys, nice guys finish first, and God bless. Peace.